Hello, hello. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Business Breakthrough with Purpose Show. I hope you guys are as ready as I am today because we are going to be talking about how to actually follow through with your business ideas. I have been talking to a lot of you who have amazing ideas and have so many visions for your business, but it's been hard for you to follow through all the way till the very end. And this is oftentimes something that a lot of my clients come to me for because having the idea is like an eighth of the battle, right? Like then we have to follow through and execute it in order to bring it to reality and make sure it's actually getting you results and getting you where you want to go. So I have a lot to say today. If you are new to this community, we are growing like crazy. If this is the first time that you watch one of our episodes in the land of new coaches, welcome. My name is Barbara Iuliano, and I am a business and confidence coach for new coaches. And I just absolutely love and adore every single one of you. If you're new, we go live. Well, I go live every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern to talk all things starting, growing, and scaling a wildly profitable coaching business through strategy, confidence, and intuition. Um, Good morning, everyone hopping in live. Stormy, I'm so happy that you're here. Talina, love you, ladies. So happy that you guys are here. Let me know if you're here live. I always love seeing you guys jive with me and party with me on Mondays. Okay, what else was I saying? Welcome, who I am, adore you guys. Um, there were a few other things. Oh, okay. Congratulations to last week's winner of our free coaching session. Who was it? Let me look it up. Christy Stevens, congratulations. I cannot wait to support you on a custom tailor one-on-one business coaching session. Just message me on Facebook and my team will get you set up for that. If you're just hopping in live or if this is the first time that you're here, let me just explain that a little bit more. Every Monday, I go live at 10 a.m. Eastern to teach you all you need to know to grow your business. If you're here live and you just let me know that you're here, you just let me know here you are automatically enter for a chance to win a free one-on-one coaching session with me. We do this every week, and what happens is we set you up, and you and I meet together, and I literally guide you with the exact things that you need at the moment to grow your business. So it's like 100% coaching. We dive really, really, really deep. So if you want that little extra support from a business coach who's been in the industry for over 6 years, drop me an emoji, let me know that you're here, and you're automatically entered to win. Good morning, Cece. Is that how I say it? Um, okay, so business coaching raffle. And the last thing. If you guys have not already signed up, which a lot of you already did, in the description, I believe is below right now, I believe there is a link to my brand new mini training. Okay, it's called The Number One Way I Get Booked Out with Clients That Pay. It's really mostly about teaching you how you can get booked out with clients that pay. What I found over the years is that growing a coaching business is really not that hard, but everyone complicates it. So what I did was I put together this training to teach you the exact steps that you need to be taking in order to grow the business. So you don't have to do anything else but rinse and repeat the steps that I teach you in the training. It's only 20 minutes long, literally no brainer for you to take it, get the workbook, you get access to everything lifetime. So join it through the link in this video. It's free right now. I don't know if I'm going to charge for it later, but it's totally free right now. So if you want to join it, click on that after the live stream. Okay, who's ready? We are going to talk about how to actually follow through with our business ideas. Okay, I have 3 tips for you today. The last one is my favorite one, so stick until the end. It's like my favorite thing because I feel like a lot of people don't know or understand this about human motivation. So stick till the end. The first thing, actually, I have something I want to read to you guys. It's from this book. It's called Inward by, oh my God, by Young Pueblo. It's like a poem book and it's like really deep and it makes you feel really good. I think when I got it, it was on sale for like $6 on Amazon. So if you guys want to get it, highly recommend it. It's a little bit spiritual, so if you're not into that stuff, then don't get it. But this page popped up to me today, and I want to read it to you really quick because I think it really relates to what I'm teaching. I think when you have so many business ideas and you struggle to follow through, it's really hard to like beat yourself up. It's really hard to get frustrated. It's just really hard to not feel good. So I want to read you this because I think it's going to make you feel better and it's going to help you see this from a perspective of like, there is nothing wrong with me. Okay. I just need to work on this. That's it. So the page that I opened up to says questions. Am I being honest with myself? Am I allowing myself the space to heal? This is so important. Am I being compassionate and patient toward myself when I am not meeting my goals as quickly as I had intended? Am I doing what I need to do to thrive? Okay, so those last two questions are so important to what we're going to talk about today. Number one is, are you being kind with yourself when you're not meeting your goals, right? Like when you have all of these ideas and all of these dreams and desires and they're not happening for you fast enough. The more that you beat yourself up around it and the worse that you make yourself feel because it hasn't happened yet, the harder that it's going to be for you to take action. If I knew that beating yourself up and being super hard on yourself would help you, I would totally do it. I would totally be like, that's horrible. I can't believe you have so many ideas and you're not following through. But what I know to be true is that the more gentle that we are with our imperfections and with the things that we do wrong and with how long it takes us to achieve something, the easier it is for us to continue to follow through. Okay. So please, 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 if you're someone who's had a million ideas and have struggled to follow through till the end, be gentle with yourself. And then ask yourself that last question. Am I doing what I need to do to thrive? Right? So be gentle and then be aware. Do I have these ideas and am I trying to do everything at once? Do I have these ideas and I just write them on paper and then I never do anything about it? Right? Like ask yourself if you're actually doing what you need to do to thrive and then be gentle. Okay? So that's why I wanted to start with this page that popped out to me today, because I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to be doing, but I don't want you beating yourself up. Okay. So let's go to our first tip. And for those of you who are joining live, make sure that you click the link on today's video and join our new mini training, the number one way I get booked out with clients that pay, because it's freaking awesome. Okay. And if you're just joining live, let me know that you are here, drop me an emoji and all of that good stuff. Okay, guys. So step number one, having too many ideas, it's actually a good problem to have. Like there's actually coaches and entrepreneurs who don't have enough ideas, who just don't know what to do. They don't have that creative space in their mind, and that's really, really hard, right? When you have to like actually try really hard to pull ideas out of your mind. But for those of us who have a constant stream of ideas, it can feel like a struggle on its own, right? So the first thing that I have to say today is stop trying to follow through with all of your ideas at the same time. That's my first tip for the day. I actually have a blog post for those of you who read our weekly blog post coming out on Wednesday if you're in my email list, and on Thursday if you're in the group, where I teach you one specific exercise that you can do if you have too many ideas and you try to do it all at once. But the first thing is stop trying to do it all at once, because here's the thing. You're one person. You're just one person. There's only 24 hours a day, and I am sure that your business is not the only thing that you have on your plate. I'm sure you also have to cook, and you may have kids, and maybe you're moving, or perhaps you're working on losing weight, or perhaps you need to go to the doctor. There's just so much in your life, and trying to do everything at once is overwhelming, and borderline impossible. Okay? So give yourself permission to focus on one idea at a time, right? That's how you can really, really hone in on one thing that's important to you at the moment, okay? Follow through, and then reinforce that new belief of like, wow, I can have an idea and I can follow through till the very end if I focus on one thing at a time. If you're trying to start a Facebook group and also do email marketing and also write an extra 20 pieces of content and also apply for podcasts and also you are trying to do public speaking at the same time while also trying to host a summit, that's very, very hard, right? Like you have to start one step at a time. So it's like, okay, first idea, I want to start a Facebook group. I always say that because you guys know I love starting a Facebook group, but um, I want to start a Facebook group. I'm going to spend the next 5 to 7 days starting it. By the end of the 7 days, you follow through with your idea and you feel more competent to do that over and over again in your business. Yeah? Okay, so that's tip number one for today, which really easily leads into tip number two. Okay, organize your ideas in a way that makes sense. Okay, so let me give you a specific example of this. If you're a new coach and you're just starting out, and your ideas are, okay, let's say your ideas are to do social media marketing. Your second idea is to host your own event. And then your third idea is to, let me think of a third one. Give me a third one, guys. What's a third idea that you guys may have? Start with social media marketing, host your own event, and then let's say that you want to publish a Forbes article or an entrepreneur article. Okay. So, what makes sense here? Does it make sense to start with the Forbes article when you don't even have a social media presence or a community or a following? Probably not, right? Like that doesn't make sense. Even though it's a great idea, even though it's an amazing stepping stone, it really doesn't make sense in the idea scale to start there because Forbes is probably going to ask you, can I see your following? How many people do you have in your community, in your Facebook group, in your email list, right? Like they want that because they want you to promote the article. Or even if you're applying for a big podcast, they're going to ask you for references. What other podcasts have you been in and things like that. So that's an amazing idea, but it doesn't make sense to start there. Okay? It would make sense with these three examples to start with social media marketing because that's a very foundational thing of most online businesses. Okay? So your second idea was to host an event. Okay? And let's just add a fourth idea for the purpose of these examples. Let's say your fourth idea is to create your one-on-one coaching program and to host an event. Amazing idea. Okay. I've actually helped, I think, 3 clients at this point host their own paid events, which have been an amazing, amazing thing. Now, here's the thing. Does it make sense to start with that? Or does it make sense to start with a course or one-on-one coaching? Obviously, it depends, right? Like maybe you have the resources and the time and the capital and the support and the expertise to host an event right away. If you do, then be my guest. But most of the time, with that idea makes sense a little bit later down the line, right? It makes sense a little bit later once you've worked with some people. It makes sense a little bit later once you have people following you that would want to buy a ticket for the event. It makes sense a little bit later when you're more confident in your message, right? Not saying that you have to wait for things to be perfect. And I'm not saying that this order of ideas is going to be the order for everyone. I'm just saying, going back to the question, are you doing what you need to do to thrive? Okay. Maybe putting a live event before is going to be extremely overwhelming because there's foundations that you're missing. Okay. So, step number one, Stop trying to follow through with everything because no one can do everything. Step number 2, organize your ideas in a way that makes sense. Okay. What should really go first? What are the foundational pieces? Then from there, have a timeline of everything else that you want to achieve. All right, let's see comments. You're so right. I had to let go of doing everything so I can concentrate only on what aligns with me. Yes, amen to that. And this is hard. This is hard because as human beings, it's normal that we want to do everything at once, right? Like it's normal, and especially for high achievers, big dreamers, like we know that we can do everything, so we're like trying to put everything on our plate. But really, we could just put one thing on our plate every single day rather than put it all at once and then not be able to finish it. Yeah? Okay. Is this resonating? Let me know if this is relating to you, if this makes sense, if you're like, oh my God, this is like super simple, or like, actually, this is really helpful. I always like to know how you guys are feeling. Okay. So, first 2 tips, pretty simple, right? Third one is a little deeper. The third one is about human motivation. Okay. So, why do we not follow through with our ideas? Why do we have so many things in our mind that we want to do, but we don't end up doing it? Okay. I'm going to answer that question for you right now. Let's see. Okay. Cece Sassy makes sense. I definitely tried to do everything at once. Yes, there's nothing wrong with you. Be compassionate with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. But it's just about being aware, right? Like that's a habit. That's something that prevents us from moving forward and then making the changes necessary so that we can thrive. Okay. So let's go into human motivation and why we say we're going to do a lot of things or we want to do a lot of things, but we don't. So I'm going to read you a psychology theory from Sigmund Freud. Okay. So it's the pain pleasure principle. What it suggests, and what I really believe that it's true, people make choices to avoid or decrease pain, or people make choices that create or increase pleasure. Okay, so what does that mean? What does that mean? It means if, let's say, your idea is to start posting on social media every day, once a day, okay? Just throwing stuff randomly. Okay, but let's just say that's your idea. Actually, if you guys give me ideas on the comments, like ideas that you have or that I can use as examples on this live stream, that would be really helpful. So tell me some ideas that you've had that you wanted to implement or execute or that you're working on. This way I can use them as examples because it's really hard to pull it out of my head. Okay, so let's use my lame idea until you guys give me better ones. So if your idea is to start posting in social media and you can't get yourself to do it, you're like, oh my God, I have this idea. I can see the vision. I see where it's going. I just can't get myself to do it and follow through with it. Okay. Think about this principle. People make choices to avoid or decrease pain, or they make choices to create or increase pleasure. Okay. So, on the grand scheme of things, your brain may tell you posting in social media is great and I really want to do it because I know that it's going to grow my business. And I know that if it grows my business, I'll get clients. And if I get clients, I'll be able to quit my job. And if I'm able to quit my job, I'll be able to spend more time with my kids and I'll be able to travel and do all the things I've always wanted to do. So, on the grand scheme of things, it feels like that decision is taking you towards pleasure, right? In the long term, that decision is taking you towards pleasure. But when you start diving a little deeper as to ideas that you're not following through with, oftentimes there's an element of pain that we're trying to avoid or discomfort, right? Or there's really not enough pleasure being increased that makes us want to follow through, right? So this is literally explaining, like, you know, when people say, get comfortable with the uncomfortable, like if you want to be a business owner and be an entrepreneur, you have to get super comfortable with being uncomfortable. This is explaining that, okay? Because a lot of the things that you're going to do and a lot of the ideas that you're going to have, they're not going to decrease pain right away. They're going to increase pain, right? Like it's going to be painful to post at the beginning and have nobody react, right? That's going to be very uncomfortable when you get no likes or no comments and you feel like you're being rejected when you're putting so much energy and effort into your content. So it's really increasing your pain, not decreasing it, right? What's decreasing your pain? Not posting. Is this making sense? Okay. What's increasing your pleasure? Even though it feels like not posting is creating more pain, it's really not. It's really making you feel more comfortable by not doing it. Okay? Let's see. I have more to say about this, so let's see what you guys are saying. Um, okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I love this idea. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that and actually give you pain pleasure examples with those specific ones. Thank you guys. And if you're watching the replay, I know a lot of you are here live, and I love that you guys are here live. It's obviously 100 times better. But if you're watching the replay and you want to drop some ideas too and ask questions, you can always do that. All right, so let's see. Start a coaching program for my business for businesses who still work a corporate job. Okay. So the idea is start a coaching program. Okay. In the grand scheme of things, it may feel like, oh my God, that's really exciting, right? Like that's going to move the business forward. Why am I not doing it? The truth is that there's a lot of pain around that. There's a lot of potential pain around that, right? Like, what if you start the program and people say that it sucks? Or what if you start the program and no one buys it? Or what if you start the program and it doesn't get your client's result, right? Like, there's so much discomfort with that idea once you start executing it. So, intrinsically, when there's discomfort and pain, we try to stay away from that. We as human beings, we don't move towards pain, not naturally. We just don't. So it's so important to be aware of like, okay, what is the pain or what is the discomfort or the thing that creating this program is making me making me want to stay away from it, right? What are the fears? What are the doubts? What are the insecurities? What's the potential rejection that you may get? What's really underneath creating that program that may cause you pain in the future? What is that? And once you know what that is, then you can see, oh, okay, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just a human being and I'm trying to stay away from pain, just like every other human being on this planet. So now that I'm aware that I'm trying to stay away from pain, and now that I'm aware that moving towards this may actually potentially cause me pain, even if it's not real, even if none of those things happen, which most likely is that they're not going to happen. Your brain thinks that it's going to cause you pain. Now, let me get uncomfortable doing it. And now, let me think about what is the pain if I don't do it. So, we have to work towards figuring out what's a greater pain than the pain of moving towards that idea. Make sense? Okay, so for example, you can start thinking like, well, and everyone's tick is going to be different, right? Like maybe something that's important to you is not important to me, but like, let me just give you a random example. Yeah, it could be painful to create the program and get crickets for the first month. It could be painful to create the program and pitch it to a business and they say that it's really stupid. Whatever. I don't want you to take this personally because it's probably not going to happen, but it's just to give examples. But what's more painful, right? Like, how can I find more pain where I am by not creating the program so that creating the program is less pain for me, right? Like, perhaps maybe not creating it means that you'll never move towards your entrepreneurial dreams, right? Like, that was always a big driving force for me because I always felt like I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur. I came from a long line of business owners. And that was just like a really big passion since I was a little girl. So like me thinking like, well, this is never going to happen unless I do this potentially painful thing, that motivated me because it was more painful to not execute on the business than to actually leaning towards the potential discomfort, right? So, what is the thing for you? Like, what's really painful? Are you maybe not, perhaps you're like someone, this is super silly, but it's little things like this that matter. Perhaps you're someone who values eating really healthy, right? And you know, one of the things that you know is going to be really good is to buy organic produce, but like at your current job, you just don't have the budget to do that, right? Like, so maybe that's something that generates more pain for you, right? Like staying in that situation where you can't really take care of your body and take care of yourself. So then when you figure that out, like what's painful here, what's painful now by not doing it, and you figure out what's the thing that's really, really painful to you, then it's going to be easier to move towards that. Yeah. Okay. I hope this is making sense. I've never really talked about this on a live stream. All right, let's see another example. Making a lead magnet, using it, and starting an email list. Okay, amazing example. So, what could be the potential pain of that we don't want to move towards that idea? The potential pain could be that you spend an entire week making a lead magnet and like no one signs up. Wow, that's like, that could be super painful, right? It could be super painful. You could feel very defeated, right? So, like, doesn't it start making sense why we're not following through with that ideas? Like, I feel like once we understand this, it like makes sense. And it's not about like what's wrong with me, why am I flawed? It's more of like, oh, it makes sense. I'm trying to stay away from pain. So, what's more painful? Figure out what's more painful there. Okay. Um, it's I think it's a duality of both, right? Like get comfortable with the fact that you're going to be this like uncomfortable while you do something new. Get comfortable with the fact that yes, sometimes you may find pain along the way, but also what is more painful for you right now? Are you working a job that you hate? Do you want to buy something for your kids that you just can't buy? Do you really dislike all of your current clients and you're just not happy with them and you want new clients and this lead magnet is the pathway to that? What is more painful for you right now? Yeah. Um, I don't know, just random things. It could be anything. Do you want to get laser for your acne scars and without reaching your next income goal you can't get it, right? Like it could be anything from health, money, relationship increase, like a better relationship. Like there are things here that could potentially be as painful or even more painful than the pain than following through with the idea is. Okay, let's see. Hey Shannon, welcome. Love that you're here live, lady. Start me exactly. Okay, love that you understand. What is more painful is not reaching my financial goals another year. Okay, perfect. So here's what I want you guys to do. Go deeper into that, right? Go deeper into it because a lot of things we think that will be more painful, but sometimes it's not enough, right? Sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. Like I won't reach my goals, but I've done that again. So it's pain that I've already had. I'm not saying that's your case. I'm just saying go deeper into it because a lot of times we think that something is painful and it's really not as painful as we think. I think a personal example of that could be like, okay, I'll give you a personal example. This one's going to be good. So, when, okay, I think a few years ago, I'm really bad with timelines, but a few years ago, I started gaining a little bit of weight, right? So, like, it's really easy to lose weight and get into shape. Eat less, exercise more. That's it. That's what it is. Every diet, every book, everything I've ever read and ever done, that's what it says. Eat less, eat healthier, exercise and move more. That's all it takes. But I thought the pain of gaining weight was very, very strong, right? Like I was like, this pain is really strong, so I'm going to take action. I'm going to follow through with my ideas. I'm going to follow through with my plans. And I didn't. Okay. And now, retrospect, looking back, yes, I thought the pain of gaining weight was very painful, but it really wasn't because I had been there before. I had lost and gained weight my entire life. So in my mind, I thought it was very painful, but it's really not. Like now I'm here and it's like, it's not that big of a motivation for me, right? Like I had to find stronger motivations, like eating healthy, being able to like I don't want to like bash on family members, so I'm not going to say this example, but being able to support my children when I have children, being able to run after my 2-year-old when they run and not get tired, be having energy to wake up early and tend to my boyfriend and my future family and things like that. So like that's a stronger motivation for me, right? Like seeing how if I don't take care of my health, that's going to affect people that I love and I care, and they're going to suffer. That I think that's more painful to me than gaining weight. So go deeper into it. That may be it. Not reaching your financial goals may be it, but there could be something underneath that motivates you and push you further. All right. Um, okay, so let me just finish the pain pleasure theory for you guys. So let me repeat it. People make choices to avoid or decrease pain, or they make choices to create or increase pleasure. Okay? So we've been talking about pain is the same thing for pleasure. Okay? Um, Maybe you think that, let's see, let me grab one of your amazing ideas that you guys gave me. Start a late night program for aspiring business owners who still have corporate jobs and family. Ooh, what a great idea. Okay. Maybe you think that's going to bring you more pleasure. But if you dive a little deeper, maybe it doesn't, right? Like maybe there's more pain there than pleasure. And a lot of this is potential pain. It's a lot of what our minds perceive as a threat or discomfort or what could be pain, right? It could be the most pleasurable thing of your life. But if in the back of your mind you're thinking, like, well, what if I go to the event and I'm the only one there, right? Like, even if it's going to be the best thing ever, your mind can make it seem like there's no more pleasure there, right? So it's the same idea, pain or pleasure. Maybe you think that the thing is going to bring you more pleasure, but then when you think about it, your mind makes you believe that it's not, right? So of course you're going to stay away from it. Of course you're not going to follow through with that idea. Okay? Um, I think a good example of this is when I was scaling my business. I think last year it was like a path of scaling. Like I was really focusing on systems and scaling, and I thought, right, of course this makes sense. It makes sense to hire a team. It makes sense to put these processes because I'm gonna make more money, right? Like that's gonna bring me more pleasure. Duh. But when I thought about it deeper, yes, it could potentially bring me more pleasure, but I was scared that it was gonna bring me more pain, right? Even though it has the potential to bring me all the pleasure in the world, what my mind was repeating was like, well, what if I make more money and then I lose it all? It would be more painful to lose more money than to lose the amount of money that I'm making now. Or what if I make more money, like I gain here, and I lose something valuable there, right? Just the crap that your mind tells you is insane. So awareness is so important. Okay. So the pain pleasure principle suggests that while seeking pleasure, people will also seek to avoid pain. Okay. Now, what do you guys think about this? Does it resonate? Does it make you feel like, oh my God, I'm not flawed? Oh my God, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just a human. And now that I'm aware of this, I'm going to approach execution and follow through with my ideas differently. I honestly, my goal for today was to let you guys know that there's nothing wrong with you. There is an intrinsic reason why so many people don't follow through with their ideas. And the people who end up doing more and executing more and achieving more, it's not that they don't struggle with this, it's that they're aware of it, that they know that's human nature and they learn how to navigate it, right? Like they take the time to be like, why am I not doing this? What's the pain? What's the pleasure? How can I shift this? Like going back to my question for today, am I doing what I need to do to thrive? Am I being compassionate with myself for not achieving my goals as quickly as intended? I had to like cheat and look at my book. And am I also doing what I need to do to thrive? So write those two questions. If you guys want a good read, this book is just amazing. It's Literally, like if you look at it, it's just a very, very easy read. Like you can read a couple prompts per night, and it really makes you think about things that you don't usually think about. If you're not really into spiritual stuff, don't buy it because he talks about the ego a lot and stuff like that. But if you are open to that, it's amazing. Okay. Any question, guys? Let me know that you enjoy this. Drop me your favorite emoji. If you're just joining live, two things. If you want to enter for a chance to win a free one-on-one coaching session with me, all you have to do is write the word here. Let me know that you were here. Drop me an emoji, drop me a comment, whatever you want. We give out a free one-on-one coaching session every single week with yours truly, where you and I meet for 45 minutes and I support you deeply in your business and your growth and your development. And I literally leave you up with so much value and so many to-dos that are personalized to you and what you need to do to get clients and make money and grow to the next level. And um, if you haven't done so already join our new mini training. The link is below, or it's going to be above. I can't remember ever, but it's the number one way I get booked out with clients that pay. I teach you the 5 steps that you need to rinse and repeat every single month, every single week, every single day, so that you can consistently book clients in your business. Okay? Join the mini training. It's free for now. It's 20 minutes long. Join it, do it. Don't let it collect spider webs in your inbox. Take advantage of it and take action and follow through with your ideas. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. You will definitely see me in the group. I will definitely see you next Monday at 10 a.m. Thank you for being here. I love and adore every single one of you, and have an amazing rest of your week.